I'm gonna take you guys through a couple things that I would do without the presence of the horse trailer. Any of your holes that you have here in your groundwork are only gonna be magnified when you get near a horse trailer that they're a little stressed out about. So we'll let her get her itch. So when I'm in here, the first couple things I want to know about this particular horse is, can she keep a nice space away from me where she's not pushing on me, which this feels better today. And then also, where is my horse mentally? Is she, looking off to the field, calling to her neighbors? I just want to know how she feels inside before I get going, and she feels much better today. And so I'm going to, once she gets her bugs, put her onto a right circle to start. And I want to make sure that she, every second she comes forward without me inviting that movement, that I just gently set her back. So she's constantly understanding that I'm leading all of the dance steps, and I'm not upset with you, but you need to learn to stay in your own space and be confident and comfortable. That's going to help her with a lot inside the horse trailer. So I'm going to see if I can just first move her around in a circle. It doesn't have to be anything fast, just get her walking. And I'm already noticing that the rib cage tends to push on me. So when there's something scary put in front of her, I need to keep working on this shape of her body so that she eventually holds a bend and she's not pushing her ribs on top of me. So sometimes I might do a little bit of this where I just pitch my rope over. I might have a flag in my hand and I might pet her in all these little spots that are ticklish to her. I just want to become interesting to her. And then I want to see how easy it is to just roll her hindquarters over and just have her face up and then have her go the other direction, giving me some space here. Sometimes there's a moment where she tries to push her shoulder into me and she tries to not move her feet but throw her head in the air. And I'll never reward the head throwing in the air. I'll work on the feet, trying to adjust to where I'm asking her to go. So I'm gonna just check this one more time and then I'm gonna move on to something else. So here I need her to step over. She probably wants me to scratch on her a little bit, but she needs to get moving. And now I'm gonna see if I can move those shoulders over. That feels really pretty good today. So there's gonna be moments where other horses talk and she gets distracted, and my job is to just kind of try to bring her back onto me, not in a forceful way, but in a kind way that she starts to understand I'm pretty cool, I'm interesting, hopefully, to her. So another thing I'm gonna need getting in and out of that trailer is the ability to back up off of a feel from my hand here. And when this mare backs, she was kind of pretty impulsive, would kind of rush in reverse, and she would also try to sling her head into me. So this is the position I would take with one that was trying to push with their head or maybe strike me with their front feet. She just didn't know that her feet could move this way. And so I'm helping her to understand that it's easy. She can be soft when she gets a good position and a good posture. See, she's a little down in her withers. Oh, that was a little try, so I'd quit there. Give her a little reward. And then I might have her go to the other side, but I'm not going to walk over there. I'm going to have her position so that I can, there. That feels so good today. It makes me really happy that she's not trying to shove her chest into me or knock me over with her head. So the goal here is that her right front leg reaches a little bit out to the side, and her hips will just kind of naturally come along around to my right or her left. And I'm just waiting. There's not a whole lot of vertical flexion in her neck. This under muscle is very big and pronounced on her. So I'm just waiting for her to give in that neck muscle to find that there's a better way so she doesn't hit her head on the top of the trailer. So there was a tiny, tiny try. So sometimes it's hard to see the try because it's so minute, but eventually you start to recognize when the horse has given a little bit in their pull. And another thing I'd check out is, if I step on this rope here, will she lower her head? That was a really hard one for this mare, along with being a couple wraps wrapped around the post there, sending her left to right. She didn't know how to stand tied. So that was a huge hole, in my opinion, that we needed to help her with, because if she's ever going to get tied up in a trailer, we don't want her getting in a wreck. So that just about covers it. The one last thing I want to know a horse has is if I draw my hand forward here, I need my horse to come ahead. So when I'm in that trailer, if I need one step, that horse can come up and not sit back against my pressure. So I'm going to ask her for one more step here. Before I ever tap her with my rope or drive her with a flag, I'm giving her a chance to come ahead without that tap. But if she didn't change, then I'd come in with my rope and I would tap her. So behind the girth, I would want to drive her from behind. So now I'm going to ask her to stop. There's that little bit of head slinging I was talking about. There's a little brace in there. Now I'm going to see if I can get her stopped, and now I need her to come ahead. That's much better. Very good. So my teachers always told me if I had trouble loading my horse in the trailer, they'd say, well, how does your horse lead? And I was like, he leads fine. I can lead him all over the place. But I didn't truly understand that what he was talking about was the control and the ability to put one foot where you want it, forward or back or left or right. And when you have that type of control, then you can really put a horse wherever you want, because they'll try for you, because they trust you that you can put their foot somewhere and you're going to make them feel good. And so if they get a little bit spoiled and they learn to push and shove, then when you put that horse trailer in front of them, everything gets pretty ugly very quickly. So we'll move on to the trailer now, and we'll see how she is today. And I'm really happy with where she's at mentally. She's much more connected to me. She's not sweating today, which she was in full body sweats just doing groundwork. So each day has gotten better, and I'm really, really proud of her.